Morning. Finally checking out of the Fontana Hilton shelter and getting into the Smokies today. We did have thunderstorms last night, not so much during the day. During the day I was kind of questioning my decision to take another zero, but it is what it is. I think I needed the time to get reorganized and whatever, so should be good today. Of course they're calling for thunderstorms today, but what are you gonna do? I am definitely not taking another zero and do my best to get on the road. We had trail magic again this morning by the same people that came yesterday. They came all the way from Alabama to give us trail magic for 2 days. Very awesome. Breakfast burritos, all kinds of resupply. Super nice. So going back up there to get my pack and head into the Smokies. Like, is that the dam? I don't know. I thought it was gonna be like gushing out water. Huh. There's a sign up here. I don't know, I feel like this is where the dam is, like with the bridge and all of that stuff. I don't know. It's a very common phrase that you hear on my channel, isn't it? I don't know. Well, this was one of my bucket list items to see Fontana Dam, but like I said, I was just imagining like a, you know, like when the dams are like gushing out water like a waterfall. Oh well. Very pretty view over there. It's official. I'm getting into the Smokies. So it's like a mile of pretty easy road walking until we get back in the woods. I mean, there's a little uphill, so naturally I'm gonna be a little out of breath, especially after not hiking for 2 days. Whew. But anyway, I think it's just a nice little ease back into it. Up at the parking lot when we were having breakfast, there was somebody recognized me from a YouTube channel, which is such a weird thing that's happened to me a few times, but I'm like, I forget that in my mind it's like my family and friends, and it's fun that there's strangers that are following along too. So hi to, of course I already forgot your name, but special education teacher in Gainesville. Hi, and thank you for speaking to me. That is fun. Yeah, it's a weird experience because I'm just an old gal trying to walk to Maine and share it with my friends and family and record the history for myself because I have a horrible memory. So it's fun that other people are joining in that journey that I don't even know. That's just fun. And yeah, never expected it to kind of take off, but it's fun that it has. But as a reminder, since that was not my intent, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I do apologize for the people who are having a hard time hearing me or whatever. I'm sorry. Like, I wish that could be better, but it's like that's not my focus. So on that note, my nephew has a YouTube channel and he was super excited. He got 100 subscribers a few weeks ago, and he got on my YouTube I posted something or whatever, and he was like, Mom, Aunt Lisa's famous. She has over 1,000 subscribers. And he was like, Aunt Lisa, can you have people subscribe to my channel? So you would make my day, and you would absolutely make my sweet nephew's day if you would go subscribe to his channel. I'll put it up, a little thing. It's I'll put it up there. I'll put a picture up there. I think it's me Peebs, but I'll put it up there. If you're looking for good editing, you'll probably find it more on his site than mine. I probably should have gotten trained by him before I did this, but anyway, that would make his day. If you are following my channel because you're fixing to do your own through hike, have your permit like in your pocket when you leave the shelter. I just had to completely unpack my bag to get that out, but that's okay. Smokies permit deposited, and I'm back in the woods. Yay! I'm ready to be back in the woods. I had a lovely little vacation at the Fontana Hilton shelter, but that's not what I came here to do. I came here to do this. So back on track. After that easy mile and a half, whatever it was, road walk, it has been an absolute onslaught of incline. And I think it's basically going to be all day. But it's overcast, which means no views. You know I'll take it. Plenty of views to be had on a day like this, after a 00 and just steady incline. I'll take the overcast over the no views, or overcast over the views. Yeah, brightens, yes. Well, somehow this was not listed on Far Out as a water source. What the heck? This is a great water source. Oh well. Just filled up like half a mile back. No biggie. So cool to like see the clouds just moving. It's clearing up a little bit. Sun's trying to peek out. Okay, Far Out. Stop lying. I didn't take a video of where I did fill up because it was nothing remarkable, and it said the next water was like 6.5 miles. I'm kind of bummed because I wanted to climb up Shuck Stack Tower for views, but it's one of those, once again, it would kind of be like, what's the point? And I thought it was right on the trail, but it's actually a side trail with lots of incline just to get to the tower, and then of course climbing the tower just to have the same foggy views. So I made this decision to keep trekking. You should have heard me when I saw this. I went, ooh, I just love all the springy things springing right now. So cool. There's a kind of view. Nothing spectacular, but it's still overcast and I can see a mountain, so yay. I decided to pull over for lunch because we had a kind of sort of view, and there was a rock. It was like, and it was exactly 12 o'clock, so kind of meant to be. And the sun's coming out, which would be perfect for a lunch break, and it can go away as soon as I start hiking again. This is Birch Spring Campground. I'm not staying here, obviously, but I needed to pee, and so I figured I'd top off my water. But yeah, there's plenty of bear cables. Obviously, good source of water. There was also a bear box up there and some flat tent pads. So, as far as I could tell on Far Out, it's the only like campground that you're allowed to camp out in the Smokies, because it has the food storage. And it's like, what am I, 6 something miles into the day. So it is an option for people who maybe couldn't get going first thing in the morning from Fontana. It almost looks like the ground is covered in frost. But it's these cute little flowers all over. I guess it's actually raining. Let me put my raincoat on. This is so cool. The ground is like absolutely covered. I feel like the camera's not picking it up as much. In real life, like the contrast is much more pronounced. The camera doesn't look like it, but man. So the tricky thing about hiking in the Smokies is that you can't just stealth camp wherever. There's so many places normally, and to clarify, like along the rest of the AT, it's not like you can just camp wherever the heck you want. There has to be someone had already, you know, camped there so that you're not disturbing the ground even more. But there's lots of places to stealth camp along the trail normally. So like if you're aiming for a shelter and you're just like, I can't do it, there's a spot to camp. Or if you get to a shelter and you're like, I think I can keep going, there's places to camp. If you've been watching my videos, you've seen me do that plenty of times. But the tricky thing about the Smokies is that you cannot do that. So you have to stay at designated shelters, or like that one campsite that I stopped at that has the bare cables or bare boxes. So, decisions. Originally, my mileage today was going to be just under 12. I think it was like 11.8 to Molly's Ridge Shelter. But I think I'm going to be there like pretty soon. And to be honest, other than all of the crazy elevation this morning, it's been, again, I do not like using the word easy. It has not been easy, but it's been, let's say, easier than I thought it was going to be today. So I kind of am thinking I might hike on. I haven't done the math. I don't know, that would definitely be my highest mileage day if I did. It would be like 14 or maybe 15 miles. I don't know. Well, I'm going to see how I feel when I get to Molly's Ridge. I'm going to see what the weather's doing, if it's just sprinkling like this, and take a better look at the elevation too. Well, I passed the other shelter, so there's no turning back now. Heading for, shoot, what is it? Russell something. So it'll be a 14.9 mile day today. So feeling good though. It's just muddy, but other than that, but it was tempting when I stopped at Molly's, whatever the last shelter was. First of all, I saw my friends Liz and Micah, whom I adore, and so I was like, oh, it was tempting. And they had a fireplace in the shelter, so I was like, ugh. But it is 3:36 right now, and I have I don't remember. Anyway, I should be getting to this other shelter by 5. Like, I mean, and I feel good. So the way I kind of look at it is, if I feel good, might as well get a little bit of extra miles in, because you never know how I might feel tomorrow. So, well, first day in the Smokies and no mountain views, but I think this is almost as pretty. These gorgeous wildflowers that have been just lining the trail are really nice. The fog can be a little tricky. Kind of look like a kangaroo to me. You can see something other than clouds. So glad I pushed on to the Russell Field shelter. We have a roaring fire going at the fireplace. Great company. It's gonna be a good night.